Hey, sparkling stars! Change this one thing and you change your whole life. Sounds too good to be true? Check out my video. Hi, I'm Lucy, coming to you with everyday En-Lucy-ments, bringing you your daily dose of light. This is a personal professional development channel with some tips and life lessons to get you going and to develop yourself to become a better leader and a better person in your life. So let's get started. We're in 2020 and you may need to change your life around. Have you ever had these scenarios where you're thinking, what if I had taken that other decision? What if I studied that other thing? What if I'd said yes to that job offer when I was afraid and I said no? You know, these small decisions can radically change the course of our life. And as you go about it, you may be thinking, maybe I took the wrong decision. Maybe I'm on the wrong path. Is there a way back? Is there a way to the other path? Is there somehow a way you can jump and pivot? There is, and let me help you. There are many ways, but you only have to change one thing to pivot, to change the course of your whole life. So what are these one things? Well, there are several, and you can choose. You have to choose only one. So let's get started. So, your side activity. So you may be working between 8 or 9 and 5, but there are some hours either before you go to work or in the evening that you could still dedicate to pursuing that dream or that hobby or that sport that you were really good at. So why not give it another shot? Why not use 2 hours of a day, for example, in the morning or at night, 2 hours a day after you put the kids to bed to work on your dream? That's one of the things you could do. There are other things, but just start building. Start building 2 hours a day, every day, on that dream project of yours, on that hobby, on that thing you're really, really good at. Another one thing you could pick to change your whole life around. This one is your employer. It could be that you're currently in a position where you cannot grow. Could be that you've kind of outstayed your time with the current employer. It could be that you're somehow at the ceiling of what you can do in that company, in that given context, in that given team, with those people in your hierarchy. And maybe it's not worth sticking around. Maybe it's time for a change. Change your employer. That's also a good way to have a radical change in your life. Another good way to radically change your life around is to change the type of career you're pursuing. This is option 3, change your career. So it's not just the employer, but it is the type of work you're doing. So the industry you're in, the type of job, career that you have. This is what we commonly call a career change. And you can do this by getting another qualification, different certificate, different degree, and kind of pivoting into a different line of work. Now, you might be afraid of this. You may have dreamed about it, but thought, let me not do this. I'm going to lose those 10 years that I spent in that industry. Well, I've done this. I used to work in finance and banking, and then I pivoted into international development. And although some employers will want to trick you into saying, yeah, we don't count those 10 years, we only count the current 5 years, for example. The thing is, there are a lot of skills that you can transfer from one industry to the next. Project management is something you'll find anywhere. Leadership is something you'll need anywhere. You will need financial and business acumen. You'll need to deal with budgets and so on. Whether you're in a very hardcore business kind of setting or in a non-profit, you're still dealing with people's money, and you need to be able to manage that. There's so many skills that you can transfer from one industry to the next, and it's even actually where innovation is born. Often it's not from something completely out of the blue, but it's from applying knowledge from one industry and from one context to another. And so a career change, a pivot in the line of work you're doing is a very interesting thing for your personal development, and also for the company that will be hiring you next. So that's the third option you have, but there's more. So option 4, to change one thing and have a radical new course in your life. So what's option 4? This one is it's a bit sensitive. It's your relationship. Because as you grow, as you develop, it may be that you outgrow each other. It may be that your partner is no longer supporting you. It might not be your partner. It might be your family that's kind of blocking you or trying to get you to do something that's not really aligned to your dream and your passion. So you may want to reassess your relationships. Maybe it's time, to break up and move on to the next relationship, or be alone for a while. So it's maybe a painful one, but you may want to assess, is this person empowering me or holding me back? And make a decision. And then another option, which is maybe less painful or maybe much more painful. This is the final option I'm giving you out of 5 options, but there must be more. But these are the 5 I came up with to radically change your life. And this is to move to another country. Yes, you heard me, and it sounds like the end of the world, but believe me, trust me, it is not. I've lived in many countries. I think I'm at my 4th country right now, and I've visited many more. And you will find that moving to a different country is a radical way to really get you out of your comfort zone. And what that does, it gives you, it's very uncomfortable, obviously, because you have to, it's like a lot of things you would be doing unconsciously. You could probably drive around your city, blindfolded, you know the place so well. You do things kind of automatically on an autopilot. But when you move to another country, everything's different. The way you shop for your groceries is different. How Social Security works, how medical insurance or any kind of administrative procedure, all these things will be different. So it will be a big kind of, it will be a bit of a shock. But the good thing about moving to another country is also that you get to kind of step out of bad habits, of patterns that are holding you back. You may need to learn a new language, which gives you a new kind of perspective on the world. You'll be able to kind of build a new network, new relationships. You may have, I discovered I have somehow different aspects of my personality come out in different cultures and so on. So it's a scary thing to do, but if it wasn't scary, it wouldn't be worth it. It is a scary thing to do, but trust me, you will find it very liberating, and it's an amazing way to change your whole life around. So that's the 5th option, and admittedly the most scary one. So it's up to you. Pick one of these 5 and you'll definitely change the course of your life in 2020. Are you with me? Yes? Oh yeah. I'm trying these things out. I learned it from my kids. But let's change the course of your life in 2020.